the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
And one time, this is DJ MV Angeli, Charlemagne the God, and we are the Breakfast Club. I'm just messing with y'all. What is good, YouTube? This your boy Aaron,
Brian,
and it's the Courtside View podcast, and we are back today. And wow, just so much good news, bad news, and whatever you want to say about it. And wow, NBA. Oh my gosh. When I heard this news, which was a couple of days ago, I was a bit, I don't know. I was sad, but as a fan of the Lakers, I was like, well, at least we don't have to play him. Kevin Durant, then I feel like this is the number one story in the NBA. Kevin Durant, again, injured, didn't even play. He was warming up on the court, and it must have been a wet spot or something, and he slipped.
that was the goofiest injury I've ever seen in my life. How do you sprain your ankle doing a layup? That was incredibly goofy. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible.
It's unfortunate. I was like, damn, man. Because, you know, me as a basketball fan, on one hand, I'm like, I would love to see Kevin Durant play some more. It's good for the league. It's good for basketball as a whole. But then as a Laker fan, I'm thinking, hey, man, we don't have to play against Kevin Durant because he's going to be out. I think he's going to be re-examined in like 2 or 3 weeks. So, wow. The Suns, I think they're in the 4th seed right now. They compared to the other teams, I think like the Clippers, the Mavs, the other teams in the Western Conference. So they have a bit of a lead. I think a 4-game lead compared to the other teams. So they have some room, to deal with. But at the same time, not having Kevin Durant, giving up Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, that depth is going to be very hard for them. Thing is, I don't know. Is Kevin Durant, is he going to be out for the rest of the year?
No.
Are we not going to see him until the playoffs?
They said 2 to 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, but
But Kevin Durant,
this is bad. You know what? Shame on all of you people that was saying all this stuff about Anthony Davis street clothes this, Anthony Davis street clothes that. But don't criticize Kevin Durant. Don't criticize
That's people
Kawhi
like
Leonard.
Kevin Durant and Kawhi.
I don't know why.
Because they don't. Well, Durant talks, but Kawhi doesn't talk, so people
You
don't mess with him.
you see how people pick and choose who they want to make fun of. It's because, well, these guys, their game is so beautiful. It's, Kevin Durant, he's efficient. He gets you, he drops 28, drops 29. Kawhi Leonard, he plays both in. He'll give you 25. He'll give you 27. But with Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis doesn't perform up to his capability sometimes, they're going to say, well, he's street clothes. But don't say the same thing with Kevin Durant. But that's a different discussion for another day. The Suns. Do you think that the Suns will drop off since Kevin Durant's going to be out for these 2 or 3 weeks? Or will they be able to stay afloat in that 4th seed until he comes back?
They'll be fine.
They weren't playing too well before he came there, and they had Mikal and Cam Johnson. But I think as long as they stay in the top 6, they'll be good. If they can stay in the top 6, it doesn't matter who they play. Because if you look at it, Memphis, the top 5 right now, 1 is Nuggets, 2 is Sacramento, 3 I believe is probably Memphis, 4 is Phoenix, and then 5 I believe is the Clippers. If they just stay in the top 6, it doesn't matter who they play. As long as they avoid the Nuggets until like the conference finals, I would say, they should be good to go. So, optimistically, if you're a Suns fan, you'll be fine. It's Devin Booker and Chris Paul. They've won before. They know how to win. They just have to win a few games before Kevin Durant comes back, and then it'll be all good. Now, another injury happened. Luka Doncic. Now, this wasn't very serious. I heard all the injury wasn't very serious. They just wait until the swelling comes down. But him going down, I don't know how long it will be. Maybe a few games. But I looked at the record when they traded for Kyrie. They're like 5-6. So the Mavericks are in a weird position right now. They could potentially miss the playoffs the way that they look right now, because I think they're the AC right now, and the way that their team is constructed is so much comes down to Luka and Kyrie. And Kyrie Irving, him as the number one guy with no relative help, it's going to be very difficult for them to win. So just what is your feeling regarding the Mavericks right now, especially without Luka for probably the next few games?
They stink.
They stink.
They stink.
Yeah, they really do stink.
And Jason Kidd ain't helping the issue because he's not playing the right guys.
And then Kyrie Irving goes on Twitch, starts talking and stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why he just thought it would be cool. Let's go on Twitch and just bring out my frustration, and then calling out all the people that are gambling and stuff is just so funny. That just had me dying. But yeah, man, it just feels like a 1-year rental. It just doesn't feel like Kyrie belongs with them. Like he's just there just to fill out his, trying to get some money and make sure that he fulfills his contractable obligation. And then I feel like he's going to bounce. It just doesn't feel like the right fit.
He's going to the Pelicans.
All right, bro. You know what? I think that'll do it on that topic because that's ridiculous. But Zion Williamson, speaking of the Pelicans, he had a setback. Was it his hamstring? I forget the exact injury, but he had a setback on the injury. He's gonna be out for some more, and it's unfortunate for Zion Williamson because he's very talented. Coming into the league, he was one of the best players in NBA and stuff, and he made the All-Star team, although he played like 26 games, which is kind of ridiculous, and he was a starter. But man, it's just unfortunate to see a guy of his talent not being able to stay on the court. And the scouts, they were saying coming into the league that you can't play this game for a long period of time when you're 280, you're 6'6", 280, and he's probably playing at 300. And so until Zion can slim down to, I would say, 260, not 280, 260. And he wasn't playing like that when he was in college. He was 280. Until he can slim down to about that range, 260, 270, I think this is going to be we just going to be seeing this every year with him. How you feel about just the news about Zion's setback?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but like, why you banking on Zion staying healthy, and it's just like I don't know. It's just
you would have to be a fool,
to
think that he was gonna remain healthy, being at like 290, 280.
Yeah, and he's what 6'6". Hey. And it don't help that Brandon Ingram can't stay healthy either.
He's been dealing with these like lower sort of extremity injuries since he was in high school. So the Pelicans, they knew, and I've been hearing things about the Pelicans medical staff for like years. I think they borrowed the medical staff from the Saints. So yeah, I don't know if they still do that, but I remember like years ago there was like controversy regarding the Pelicans medical staff. So
if they borrowing from the Saints, then they screw from the jump because Michael Thomas still can't play football.
So it's just a disaster. I don't know where the Pelicans turn from this. Like, do you just pray? Like, what do you do?
I know people don't want to hear it. It might be time.
Might be time for what?
Kaboom.
Trade? They can't trade him. Do you know how much money?
Not Zion.
Who?
Everybody else.
Brandon Ingram too?
Yes, Brandon Ingram needs to go.
Wow. I mean, he's very talented.
Yes, but have you seen his streak of games? It's sometimes he's like, oh, this is KD, but then other times like, oh.
Mm-hmm. And he gets hurt too.
Yes.
Wow. Man, that is so difficult. That's so terrible because
Trade for Mikal Bridges.
They were the number one seed at one point, and then all of a sudden injuries happen and nosedive. Man,
it might be time.
The thing that the Pelicans screwed over is that they gave Zion that extension. They gave him I think it was 180 million,
something like that.
And it was incentives in it where if he it's like a weight requirement, I think it was. If he meets the weight requirement, he gets certain incentives, and it's just man, dude. The whole fully guaranteed contract, like I said, it's bad, especially if you're going to give a guy that's injury prone, barely plays, 180 million plus incentives. I just think that's idiotic. When you play not even half of your games and you're rewarded with that amount of money, I think that's crazy. That's ludicrous to me that an organization would bank on a guy to remain healthy when you've seen in his first 3 years that he can't stay healthy. He's talented, but he can't stay healthy. And this is some of the same things that Joel Embiid was dealing with. But at least Joel Embiid, he got paid once he was able to get healthy. He didn't get paid while he wasn't able to play the games. That's crazy. That's malpractice. That's man, wow.
When
David
you a
Griffin.
team like that, and you're starving for star power. I mean,
man, I don't care. I need to see you do it. I'm the type of person I have to see you do it. I'm not about to bank on you producing for me without me seeing it. I see 1/4 of the time that you're actually doing it. No, I need to see 3/4 of the time of you actually doing it before I give you 180 million plus incentives. Come on now, no. And then you can't meet the weight requirement. You have trouble staying in shape. Nah, bro, not be able to do it. Transition. So last week we talked about Ja Morant, and this was before even more stuff came out.
Ja Warrant,
Ja Wick, man, Ja Morant is just been in the news for all the wrong reasons, and even just more stuff came out. So number one, he's been suspended, and he's been out for the last few games. Going to be out for 4 more games, and there was an investigation from the police department in Denver, Colorado. I think it was Glendale, Colorado, something like that. And they didn't find anything. They were trying to find, was he intoxicated while he had the gun and stuff? And it's just, you can't, how you going to prove that? He didn't have no drink or anything like that. So good for Ja Morant. I'm glad he was able to avoid jail time. I don't think he should deserve any jail time. I just think that when it comes to the stupid stuff that he's been doing, being suspended, and definitely deserves that. And the Grizzlies doing it is definitely a sign that they're trying to avoid any sort of big punishment from the league. They're trying to take care of it for themselves, so the league will be like, hey, you know what? It's all good. You guys did your due diligence. We'll avoid giving you guys suspension. I don't think that's going to be the case. Do you?
Well, it depends based on if they think he bought the gun on a team plane.
How they gonna prove that?
Ask him.
You know he's gonna lie. There's no way he's gonna say, you know what, I brought the gun on the plane. There's no way.
I mean, you gotta use common sense at this point. Unless his homeboys drove to Denver with that file on him and gave it to him.
No way.
It had to get there somehow.
Nah,
we got to use deductive reasoning.
There's no way his guys were the ones that drove from wherever. I'm assuming Memphis to Denver. There's no way. There's no way, bro.
You'd be surprised,
man. I'm wondering if it wasn't on the plane, because I don't know how guns work when you're trying to. Can you bring a gun on a plane?
Yes.
You can.
What you have to do is you have to check it.
Apart.
You have to check. It has to be in a sealed key lockbox. At the holster, the magazine has to be removed. Has no ammo. The ammo can't be in the actual gun. Yeah. It has to remove the magazine. You have to put in the lockbox. You check in, and you tell the people. When you check your bag and you check. I would like to check in a firearm or something like that. But it has to be to a place where it's legal to conceal carry and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I know in New York, I was watching this video of this guy, and he did the same exact thing. He registered and everything like that. And in New York, you can't do that. Like if your gun is in New York, they gonna arrest your ass.
Yeah, you know.
They
don't play. They don't play
sweet.
in New York or LA.
Yeah, so I guess Denver, Colorado, I guess is cool to do because that's what I'm
But
assuming.
even still, it still would have to be on the team playing, and you can't do that.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
Whatever happens, hopefully he didn't have it on the team playing because it would be very bad and stuff. The Memphis Grizzlies, a lot of stuff has been going on. Dylan Brooks, Steven Adams, he's going to be out for the remainder of the regular season. Brandon Clark, he's out for the remainder of the year. Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green went back and forth. Like Dylan Brooks made a comment about Draymond Green saying that he doesn't like him. I forgot why he doesn't like him, but Draymond Green, he went on his podcast and he sort of reacted to what Dylan Brooks said, and literally the next day they had a game. I was like, talk about promo. Draymond Green should be in the WWE. Vince McMahon would definitely give him a thumbs up.
That's where he gonna end up if he don't get his act together on the court.
Yeah, so I was just like, man, this is NBA I miss. I love beefs. I love drama between players because nowadays everybody wants to be buddy, even though the two guys that are beefing aren't really good.
I'm about to
on
say
offense.
it don't matter if the trash cans is beefing with each other.
Man, Dylan Brooks, oh my gosh, like when I watch him play, it's just every game.
They both played terrible that last game.
Dylan Brooks, he's just one of those guys where I think I said this like a few weeks ago, but he's just terrible on offense. Like
Dylan Brooks is who people think Pat Bev is.
I'm just looking at Dylan Brooks and I'm just like, how are you this bad? Like I remember when he was in Oregon, he'd actually get a bucket. He'd actually create his own shot. He'd actually make a shot. I remember him and Lonzo going back and forth. But then once he got to the NBA, it's just like all of his 3-point attributes, 2-point attributes, all of his offensive attributes just went down. And the defense, they try to say, oh, he's good on defense. Really? Is he? Is he just all bark?
He's not. He's okay defensively.
Like really? Like what does he really do? Seriously, like he's just getting
trick
cardio.
y'all. Dylan Brooks trick y'all, man. He don't be playing defense.
He thinks he thinks he's Jay Crowder. You're not even Jay Crowder, brother.
He thinks he's Kobe. That's who he think he is. I don't know who gave Dylan Brooks the green light to do this stuff, but they need to know.
The way they describe him is like he's Jay Crowder, but he's not. Like he's just he's Denzel Valentine in disguise. Like that's what he is. I can't see the difference at all. And I don't know how he's still in the league. Dude is just bad.
Dang, he should be out the league.
Yeah,
he should be in Shanghai.
He's just, I don't know why he's still in the league.
Ni hao.
He should be in the G League right now because he's not good. What does he bring to the table besides talking trash? Seriously. I watch him every time he shoots the ball. First of all, his shot is ugly. And second of all, it doesn't even go in more than half of the time. I think he was 6 for 15 from the field last night. Like, really? Dylan Brooks getting 15 shots? What are we doing? This is what I'm talking about with Memphis. Like, this is sabotage. Every time he shoots the ball, it's sabotage. I'd rather have Russell West. 10 times out of 10, I'd rather have Russell Westbrook than Dylan Brooks on my team. 10 times out of 10. I'd rather have Russell Westbrook shooting a 3 than Dylan Brooks. And that's how bad Dylan Brooks is. Yes, he is trash. But anywho, I don't want to keep talking about Dylan Brooks because who is Dylan Brooks anyway? But,
sheesh.
Yeah. Man, another thing. This was like popcorn television. So, last week talked about Nikola Jokic, right? And stat padding. Kendrick Perkins was like, he's a stat padder. And we were just like, what is even stat padding? How do you define stat padding? So, I think it was Monday. JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins finally got to debate it. And wow, it was some words being said. Kendrick Perkins, he was saying one thing, and then JJ Redick called him out. He finally called him out. He was like, yo, Perk, you were implying you brought the race card in this. You were implying that. And Kendrick Perkins was like, I ain't say that. I'm just like, bro, you implied it. And he was right. He was implying it. He was saying since 1990, the players that weren't in the top 10 in scoring that won it was Nash, Dirk, and Jokic, right? And then he told Stephen A, think about that. What's similar about them? And so I thought the debate was hilarious. I don't know if you watched it. Did you watch any clips of it?
I think I did see a clip of it.
Yeah. What was your reaction to it when you saw it?
I was like, Kendrick Perkins, when people who wrong, they get loud. So it's like, yeah, he dead wrong. He dead wrong for that. Because usually when someone gets loud in the debate, they're more than likely in the wrong.
It's facts. These are the facts. These are the facts. Like, what facts? He was
Exactly.
like 80% of the voters are white and only 20% are black. And so I don't know if that's true or not. But
Molly came out and said that it wasn't true, but they didn't release any numbers. So
Yeah,
it was like, is this just damage control?
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused.
Like that's where I was like, whoa, because I was actually watching it when she said that live. I was actually watching First Take Live. I was like, whoa, they try to backtrack Kendrick Perkins' comments because they didn't bring out any numbers. We don't know how many black people are voters at all. Like, it could just be 20 people, right? And they say, oh, there's more diverse. Okay, but he said black. He said black people, not Spanish. Not Hispanic, not Asian. He said black people. So, okay, diversity is cool, but how many black folks are voting on a predominantly black sport? That's where they try to trick you. That's where they try to get you. They say, we're more diverse. We have more minorities. How many minorities are black? That's the whole conversation. But anywho, Kendrick Perkins is wrong. And I see people on Twitter trying to defend Kendrick Perkins and all this other stuff. Bro, he's wrong. It doesn't matter doesn't matter that he's black. It's a lot of people that pro-black this, and I'm just like, dude, at the end of the day, he's wrong. It doesn't matter if he's black or not. Oh, because JJ Redick is white doesn't means that he's wrong. Like, no, JJ Redick is right. He brought up a good point talking about we bring up these narratives that don't even exist. He's absolutely right. This is
No. See, this is my problem with JJ.
Okay, go ahead.
JJ Redick is smart to people who can't think. People think he's this savior of NBA media. Oh, JJ Redick, speak the truth, JJ. No, man, come on, son. He wants to talk about narratives. Didn't he call them people that played back in the day plumbers? A narrative straight from NBA Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's
man,
funny.
he's a hip man. Yo, man.
Hold up,
gosh.
he is right though.
Goodness.
No, they were actually plumbers though. They did have part-time jobs,
Oh,
so he wasn't wrong about that.
You know what he meant by that. He literally plucked that right from NBA Twitter and put it on live TV. You want to talk about narratives?
I'm not saying that he doesn't do it. I'm just saying that there are instances where there are narratives that don't even exist.
JJ he's a walking narrative.
You might have a point though. He is a hypocrite in certain aspects, but
Like,
at the
gets
end,
on live TV to debate sports and sounds just like everybody else, but except he's more on the, I'm gonna play the middle kind of guy.
middle ground.
Unless it comes to LeBron, then LeBron is the GOAT.
I don't know.
I'm trying to hear that crap.
All right, well, I think
All of them phony. Every last one of them.
I think out of all the people, Kendrick Perkins is the most
Yeah,
ridiculous. His whole
he
argument
just be
was
saying
trash.
stuff. His role on the show is just to say whatever.
Yeah, and here's the thing about these like former athletes that turn TV, right? And I think with Kendrick Perkins, he fell into the sort of trap where he is trying to get the hot take, right? He's trying to get noticed. He's trying to get all the publicity, right? This is what happens a lot with a lot of these former players, where they've been in the locker room and they try to be the guy that the new media, where they finally give a voice to the athletes. But at the end of the day, a lot of times they fall into that trap, the hot take trap, because they want to get noticed. They want to get endorsements. They want to do their own thing. And so Kendrick Perkins, he fell into that trap, like a lot of these other former athletes fall into the trap when they become people in the media. And so Kendrick Perkins, it is what it is. You're wrong. And his whole argument about, in these 5 games, he was in the single-digit shot attempts. I'm like, okay. I will say this. I was pissed when he did do that because I had money on him on that one game. I forgot what game. It was on TNT too, where I think he had like 30-something points, 40 points against Sacramento, and then the next
he had
game,
like 16, right?
yeah. Oh, and I bet like 20 or something on him. I was so mad, Nikola. That was like around the time where he was in the single digits. But come on now, Perk. Come on now, bro. Maybe he was dealing with some injury or something. We don't know. But the fact that you're implying that he's stat padding, you have no film that says he's stat padding. So what are we talking about? If he had film like with the Russ thing, I'll be like, all right, you got me. He doesn't have no evidence. None. Besides, well, he was in the single digits of shot attempts. That's no evidence. Really? I don't want to hear that shit. But anywho, let's go to
This whole Jokic MVP thing, people are looking at it from the wrong perspective.
what perspective?
Let me tell you something. We lived in a league. Well, there was a part of the time in the league where we've seen Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. Mm-hmm. Not all at the same time. Just saying, there's been stretches, and not one of them has won the MVP 3 times in a row.
Okay, yeah. Listen. This comes down to the voters. That's what that comes down to.
The goalposts are moving, and I don't know why.
Well,
because for years the narrative was we not giving Giannis this third MVP because he ain't winning the playoffs. We're not giving Jordan this MVP because he couldn't get out of the second round or whatever in the playoffs. We're not giving LeBron this MVP because he can't win in the finals. But we're not giving Kobe this MVP because he has Shaq and he also, we got to see him do it without Shaq.
Got a point. You got a point there.
So what? Why is the goalpost just moving all of a sudden?
Maybe they're getting smarter.
Okay.
Maybe they're getting smarter because I think that in the past, a lot of these voters, they were thinking from the perspective of, well, this isn't just a regular season award. But in reality, it is a regular season award. And so now they're looking at it, okay, what are they doing in the regular season? Take out the playoffs. Take out last year. What are they doing this season in the regular season? And when you look at it, Nikola Jokic, the fact that his team is the number 1 seed, the fact that he's averaging a triple-double, 24 points triple-double, the fact that everybody around him is getting better when he's on the floor. I think they look at that and they say he's the MVP because of that. Because all around, when you look at every single box, he checks.
Except the defensive part.
Okay, the defensive part. Ugh.
Did you see how the Raptors hunted him at the end of the? That was nasty.
Ugh,
I was like, dog, that is not my MVP. I'm sorry.
That was pretty bad.
I like defense matters to me. I'm sorry. I can't give a turnstile MVP.
But the MVP has always been pretty much offensive based. It's never been really about the defensive end. That's why we have a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Let's rewind then. Let's
Okay.
go back to the. Okay, so Harden won the MVP. He ain't playing no defense. But when Curry won MVP, at least he was like the steals leader.
Man, nobody cares about no dams. Man, steals
are turnovers.
Okay, but steals does not determine if you're a great defender or not. It does not.
It at least shows you giving effort.
Because Iverson was not a good defender at all, but he led the league in steals. It does not mean it should not be an indicator.
It at least shows you giving effort.
To some degree, but you're still not a good defender. You still are not a good defender because you can just be playing the pass. I could be playing the passing lanes right and not guarding my man. Then all of a sudden, oh, here comes a pass coming my way. Boom, steal.
That's skill though,
bruh. Okay.
And then LeBron won MVP. I mean, he played. That was when he was in his prime defensively.
Steve Nash won 2 MVPs back to back.
Hey, there's a debate to be had that one of them is Kobe's MVP.
Magic Johnson was not. He wasn't a. I would say he's an okay defender. Like he was average.
His size and his build made up for his.
And I don't think he ever got a all NBA defense award. So yeah, Magic Johnson. I mean, he was okay, but I wouldn't say he was a good defender. He was all right. He was in the middle, average. So it's not really about defense. It's really offensive based and what you do on the offensive end. That's why we have Defensive Player of the Year that sort of looks at, okay, the defensive side, like, okay, who are the best defensive guys in the league and stuff. So, Yeah, I understand that there are both ends of the floor that you have to look at, but at the end of the day, it's always been about offense because Steve Nash won it back-to-back. Stephen Curry won it back-to-back. Allen Iverson won it once. James Harden won it once. Nikola Jokic won it twice. Like it's about offense at the end of the day. But you can't be like the worst defender in the league. I'll say that. Like you can't be one of the 5 worst defenders in the league and then win MVP because all those guys that I named, they weren't the worst defender in the league. Like even James Harden, when he won the MVP that year, he actually played solid defense at times, like on the ball. Like I saw moments where I think against the Wizards he played solid defense. I remember one time like he made some solid plays on the defensive end when it comes to playing his defender. But for the most part, yeah, it's an offensive award. Anywho, was I wrong about Anthony Davis?
Yes.
Explain.
You said he couldn't. He wasn't going to be able to carry the load and take the Lakers to victory. You thought the season was over when LeBron got hurt, and I was like, relax. The team is good, and you wasn't a believer.
I have to see more.
Oh, brother.
I have to see more. Here's
I
the thing.
don't understand how you don't see it already. How do you not see that the Lakers are going to the conference finals?
Whoa, conference finals.
Yes.
Whoa. You going out on a limb.
Yes, I am.
Wow. Here's the thing about Anthony Davis. He's playing really well. He's playing great. But the thing is, can he keep it up? Can his team keep winning? We're in the 9th seed. Can we get to 500 first? Like, for crying out loud. When's the last time we've been 500? Never. That's number one. Number two, can Anthony Davis stay healthy? I've seen him play like this before, back in December, back in November, and then what happened? Injury, out for like a month and a half. Can Anthony Davis remain healthy while he's playing this way? I don't know. I really don't. He's been playing.
He doesn't have to stay healthy.
Yes, he does. He does, because without
The
him,
machine
it's
is too powerful.
no, bro. It's not.
The machine is too powerful.
You're putting too much credit into this team. It's not. It's not. He needs to remain. Anthony Davis.
I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the money machine is too powerful. Because
You
why
sound
in
crazy.
the world is Austin Reeves and Dennis Schroeder averaging 20 free throws a game between them? That is very suspicious.
They attack the basket. They're
Oh.
good finishers. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Even
I don't-
LeBron don't even average that. Come on, son.
Well,
They getting superstar role players are getting superstar whistles.
First
son.
of all,
I see
how many
the plot.
games-
I
what-
see the plot.
in how many games? You said 10 free throw attempts from both of them.
No, I've said 20 just
20.
combined.
20 combined. In how many games?
It doesn't matter.
What
it's
you
still
mean it doesn't
ridiculous. It's
matter?
still
That's a
ridiculous.
small sample size. What do you mean?
It's ridiculous,
It could be
man.
a two. That
The
could be
machine
a 2
is
game.
too powerful.
That could be a
man.
1 game sample size.
I see
What are
what's
we
I
talking
see.
about?
I know what's going on in NBA. You ain't getting over me.
What's going on? We haven't been in the playoffs in 2 years.
Exactly.
What?
I'm telling you. Okay. Just
So you're
see.
saying you're saying there's something fishy going on in the league?
I just say I know how it's going to go.
You
That's
must
it.
sound you sound crazy right now.
I just know. I'm telling you. Okay.
You
When,
sound-
when the Lakers are going against, I don't know, some team that they probably going to beat in the conference finals, I don't want to hear it. I see what's going on.
You sound crazy right now.
I see
bro.
what's going on.
Okay, man. So LeBron getting hurt, what was that all about? Was that
Stuff happens. But
stuff
what that
happens?
mean?
Okay.
The trades was made for a reason.
Trades was made. Okay. You sound crazy. Listen, Anthony Davis, I love what he's doing right now, but I still need to see more before I come up in here wearing my Cameron suit with the shades and with the chain on and start celebrating. Like, nah, I have to see more before I start.
But
I have
I'm
to see
looking
more.
at the future.
Can we get to 500, please? For
You'll
God's
get
sake.
you'll get there in no time.
Like-
Don't worry.
What is taking you guys so long? We'll win 2. We'll lose 1. We'll win 3. We'll lose. Like, can we go on a 5-game winning streak? Can we win some damn games on a long period of time besides we'll win 2, we'll win 3? Like, no. Win 5 in a row before I get excited.
Didn't y'all win 3?
We won 3 and then we lost. We lost to the
Didn't y'all
Grizzlies, I
win
think
3
it was.
again? Oh wait, y'all did lose to the Grizzlies.
We lost to the Grizzlies.
But then y'all won y'all next 2 or 3.
I think we lost our next 2. We beat was it OKC, and then we played another team.
Y'all played the Grizzlies.
The Warriors. Again. No. Oh yeah, we did play the Grizzlies again. I think we won maybe 3 in a row. Yeah. So can we get to 5 wins? 5 wins in a row, please, before we start celebrating. Y'all have one of the
easiest schedules left in the league.
Yeah, and I know that, and we should win.
You should be running victory laps right now.
Hell no,
because I don't see nothing stopping y'all.
No, I'm not, because
unless Anthony Davis gets severely injured,
and that's what I'm
then
praying.
I'll be like, okay, the season is over.
The thing,
but he seems to be doing all right.
He's doing all right, but
I'm seeing him fall on the ground and he's getting up and just running back like no. Oh.
By the way,
the machine.
By the way, the NBA needs to look into that when it comes to a lot of these. I feel like every game somebody is slapping Anthony Davis in the face, always scratching his eye, always scratching his face. NBA, you need to look into that, because I don't know why these players think it's okay to keep slapping Anthony Davis in the face every single damn game. One game, it was Clay. The other game, it was somebody else, maybe Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, it's getting ridiculous, and I just have to say that. But the whole AD is soft narrative, that's abolished, because he's not soft. He's not soft at all. But I need to see more. I need to see consistency. I need to see a 15-game sample size. Anthony Davis.
Oh, I thought you was about to say win streak. I was about to say, are you smoking?
No.
I'm about to say.
We're not going to be because we got some teams playing next. But I need to see a 15-game sample size of Anthony Davis being dominant consistently, because I don't know, man. It's just Anthony Davis. He's been disappointing me for so long. I haven't seen him play well since 2020. Can you do what you did back in 2020, where every single night you sometimes weren't even Robin? You were Batman. You took on the cape. Can you consistently do that? When LeBron comes back, can you tell LeBron, listen, you don't have to be Batman. I can be Batman today. Can you do that? And I don't want to see that Anthony Davis, when LeBron he passed Kareem and whatever for the scoring record, and you were pouting on the sideline and all that, and you had like 13 points. I don't want to see that Anthony Davis anymore. I need to see this Anthony Davis from now on, like we thought you were going to be for these past 4 years. If I see that, then I will admit I'm wrong. But right now, I'm still pessimistic. I'm still like, I don't believe we can make the playoffs.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all happen to gamble, I want y'all, every winnable game that the Lakers have, take the Lakers money line, please. You will win a lot of money.
D'Angelo Russell's coming back on Friday, which is a great sign, but we lost Mo Bamba. I mean, we'll be all right, but still, it's unfortunate. I wish we had all of our guys and stuff, but I'm glad we finally get D'Lo back, because
y'all playing tired. The Raptors?
Yeah, we're playing the Raptors.
Put all your money on the Lakers. I promise you, you'll.
I mean, the Raptors can play spoiler though. The Raptors are a sneaky team.
Brother. They couldn't even beat the Clippers. Put your money on the Lakers Friday. I promise you, you'll get some good money.
By the way, Russell Westbrook didn't even. I think Tyronn Lue took him out.
Yeah, he was on the bench. He was on the bench
like halfway through the third, and then the rest of the fourth. I'm like, damn.
It had to be done.
Wow.
The Raptors got too much pause, size pause, and length pause.
Yeah, so wow. If Russell's on the Lakers, he would have been pounding. You'd be like, why would you take me out of the game, Darvin Ham? I need to be in the game. If you would have took him out midway through the third quarter and had him sit out, he would have been mad. So there's a reason why Clippers fans want Russ gone. They're like, we don't need him. He's worse on the court than he is off the court. We're better when he's not playing. And so I'm glad Tyronn Lue had some sense. But do you think Kawhi wanted Russ there?
I don't know what Kawhi wants. I think, I don't know what goes on inside that man's mind, because, you can't. I do know he's been smiling more recently for some reason. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's having fun. I don't know. Maybe the have fun mentality has gotten to the locker
Even though
room.
they've been losing, they won 2 games with Russ since Russ came on the team. So I don't know why he's smiling.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe they figured something out. I don't know.
Figure something out. Yeah, don't play Russ in the second half. That's what they figured out for sure.
If they figure it out, they'll be a dangerous team in the playoffs.
Don't play Russ or Bones Highland. That's the key.
Just run no point guards.
Yeah, just run no point guard.
Line up full of wings in a center. That's the meta.
Pretty much have Eric Gordon as the point. I guess as the de facto point guard.
PG could low key play P. His handles are good enough, but his passing sometimes.
no. But
Point guardless lineup. Shoot, let's coin it. Let's see how it work. Maybe we could cook something up.
They're not gonna win a championship.
Have Terrence Mann run the point.
They're not gonna win a championship. It's bad. It's bad for the Clippers. But hey, they got Russ and we don't. So congratulations, Clippers. Anywho, yeah. So let's see.
Y'all see my Bucks over there on the East, man?
Yeah, they're doing well.
Without Giannis. Chris Middleton, you got to get your mind right, because you can't be going into the playoffs against the Celtics or the Sixers shooting 5 for 19 from the field. That is not going to cut it. We need to see more. We need you to go back to 2021, Chris Middleton.
Interesting.
When they was calling you Batman for whatever reason.
Yeah, Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, they anywho.
I don't know what that was.
We need you to get your mind right, because the playoffs is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And it's a prime opportunity to go and reclaim the East.
I'll say this.
Because the Celtics look very beatable.
I'll say this. Chris Middleton, he's the guy. He's the key to the NBA playoffs. He's the one guy that can change the direction of the NBA playoffs, in my opinion. Because if Chris Middleton is healthy, if he's back to his form when they won the championship, I think the Bucks win the championship. But if he's not, if he's limited, if he's not the same Chris Middleton when they won.
You know what's crazy? I don't even think he just has to give them like 18 or 20 and they should be all right.
That's Chris Middleton. That's pretty much.
But in the playoffs, he was going crazy.
Okay, he was.
He was averaging like 23, 24.
But yeah, somewhere
or
around
like
that
40,
range,
50, 90. They was crazy.
Somewhere around that range, if he can get back to that form, I'm telling you.
Because Drew has been picking up the scoring load. He's getting you like 20 a night now.
Yeah, he's a wild card. He really is, because he changed the whole dynamic of the playoffs. When he's right, the Bucks are hard to beat, and I'm telling you, like the Celtics, they've been struggling. They've been struggling recently, and so there's a crack in that shield of the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's doing this thing. Jaylen Brown, he's doing this thing. But everybody else, it's not much consistency.
Jason Tatum doing this thing?
Yeah, he doing this. Wow. Okay.
Listen, he ain't beating the allegations so far.
Wow. Okay. All right.
He's looking like how he did in that finals. I don't know.
Is he a superstar? Oh. You still on that Jason Tatum not a superstar? Wow. Didn't you admit like a couple months ago he was a superstar?
He was playing like a superstar, but then he regressed.
Oh, my God. There's moments where you have players have slumps.
Oh,
you can't have a slump.
See, the thing is, though, when you're supposed to be the guy, and every time, bro, did you see that stat I put in the group chat when he was like 2 for 36 from three-pointer in overtime? Are you kidding me? This ain't no Kobe disciple.
I forgot, who did they play? They played the Nets. I remember.
Yeah,
it was like the Nets and came back from 28. Ooh, that was bad. That was really bad.
What are we doing here?
Yeah,
it's like I think the Celtics. I think that they think that they're better than what they actually are. They probably we won the final. It don't matter. We made it to the finals. We just gonna waltz back in. I don't think that's the case. They got to do some soul searching.
They do.
They starting to drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's starting. They starting to crack. It looking like they're looking really bad right now. The Milwaukee Bucks have been playing the best basketball out of any team in the league, minus the Nuggets. So, it's gonna be interesting playoffs, especially the Eastern Conference, because Cleveland's really good. Knicks been playing really well.
I think they just lost.
Yeah,
they lost.
Well, Jalen Brunson. Yeah, Jalen Brunson, I think, got hurt during the game. But yeah, they almost. It was a close game last night against Sacramento. But yeah, the Eastern Conference is really good.
You think Sacramento, the Kings, run away with the second seed? I don't see them really losing it.
Yeah, they're gonna run away with the second seed. I don't see anybody coming to take their spot because of Grizzlies, because of Phoenix, and no Kevin Durant. Clippers, they've been losing. They're inconsistent.
Man. Shout out Mike Brown, man. People thought he was a fraud when they lost them games when he had to coach the Warriors for them couple games, but he turned that franchise around.
He did. I remember when he was on the Lakers.
Playing defense out there, boy.
I remember he was on the Lakers. He didn't know what he was doing. And then he was on Cleveland. It was like pretty much LeBron was the coach. So yeah, I'm glad for Mike Brown. It seems like the Warriors need Mike Brown right now with that energy, because they're lacking a lot of the energy right now. So
the Warriors are currently on pace to have the worst road record in history and it's not even going to be close either.
It's bad. It's really them and the Grizzlies just good at home, bad on the road. It's weird. Like it's really strange to me. Like how do you lose to a Grizzlies team without John Morant, Steven Adams, and Brandon Clark? Makes no sense to me. And then Dylan Brooks attempting 15 shots. How do you lose to that team? There's something going on. And Jonathan Kuminga gets hurt during pregame. Like really? The same thing happened with Kevin Durant. The same thing happened with Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know what's going on. It's just bad. And then Andrew Wiggins, he's been out because of stuff dealing with his family. Hopefully it's okay. It's just so much stuff. It just doesn't feel like their year. No. It seems like they're first round and out.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm happy about it. Yes. We don't have to worry about the Warriors. Yes.
But now we have to worry about the Lakers.
Yes.
This is just
I'm
terrible.
still not
This
all
is terrible.
in. I'm still not all in.
I need the East to take it home this year.
I just pray that LeBron comes back. Please, LeBron, please.
My worst nightmare would be a Lakers and Celtics finals. Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, that would be fire.
I'm hoping asteroid
that would be
tears
fire.
up both the stadiums so they can't play.
That would be so fire. Oh
honestly,
my God.
I'd have to root for the Celtics. I'm not going to lie. I'd have to root for the Celtics. I can't do it. I have to root for the Celtics, man. I'd have to. I can't root for LeBron and the Lakers.
Bro,
I can't
you hate LeBron that much?
I can't do it.
You hate LeBron that much?
No, it's not just it's the Lakers too. I just don't like. I don't like the Lakers.
You like to see you.
I'd rather root for the Celtics. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
What?
I can't do it.
What?
I can't do it.
Boston?
Yes, I'd root for the Celtics in this scenario.
That racist, man. Get out of here, bro. Get out.
I'm not rooting for the city. I'm rooting for the team.
You nasty.
If that were to happen and the Celtics pull it off, I'd buy a Jason Tatum jersey the same night they won.
Nah, man. You're nasty.
Jason
Tatum not going.
This is for the greater good.
Nah, you know what it is. Jason Tatum, he's gonna take one for the Lakers. He gonna be like, hey man, I can't beat the Lakers. I can't beat the same team that my idol played for. I can't do that to them. I can't.
And then you woke up. This isn't a Disney movie, man.
I can't do that. I gotta let LeBron win this one. You feel me? I gotta let LeBron.
Anyway, the Celtics
win
ain't
this
even
five.
gonna make it anyway. It's gonna be the Bucks, man.
Okay. Nah, but either way, if it was the Lakers versus Bucks or Lakers versus Celtics, I'd be happy. I'd be like, man, this is
What
this
if
is
the
amazing.
freaking Sixers made it? Oh goodness.
That'd be
Putting
cool
money
too.
on whoever plays them.
That'd be cool.
Because I do
too.
not trust James Harden in a 7-game series in the finals.
I don't trust Joel Embiid in 7-game series. Joel Embiid, he's been disappointing in the playoffs as well. People like to avoid that, but it's the truth. Like last year, he was disappointing against the Hawks. He was disappointing. Like, dude, people don't want to talk about it, but that's what happens. That's why I have Jokic over Embiid, because at least with Jokic, he actually shows up most of the time. Embiid, on the other hand, even when he has a stacked deck, sometimes he doesn't show up. So, I'm with you. Unless you're playing like Cleveland, I'm gonna go with the Philly because I just think they're experienced. But
I mean, they had the bigs though.
they do,
got the
they do. But them bigs, Evan Mobley, he still needs to get in the weight room. He's still very skinny. He can play defense, but he's still very skinny. This is Joel Embiid we talking about.
True.
Joel Embiid, the dude is.
I mean, Jared Allen ain't no slouch.
He isn't, but Joel Embiid,
He is different. He's different for sure.
He's different, bro. Like,
I mean, they don't really gotta. They just gotta stop James Harden from getting his game off.
that's true. Because even if Tyrese Maxey go off, it still doesn't change the fact. Like, I think last year in the playoffs, Tyrese Maxey was getting his, but James Harden, he was struggling. a lot
James Harden
against Miami.
He was sneaking up the joint.
Yeah, and they lost to Miami in like, what was it, 6 or 7? I forget. I don't know if it went to 7. I think it went to like 6 or something. So it comes down to James Harden. He's the wild card in the playoffs. Because if he gets it going, it's gonna be very hard.
If he puts up like 22 a night, I think the team's gonna be in some trouble.
I wonder how it's gonna. I wonder what's gonna happen. Is Philly gonna play Milwaukee or are they gonna play Boston? That'll be interesting.
They the third seed?
I think so. I think they're the third seed right now. I wonder because I know Milwaukee, they're gonna probably be the number 1 seed just the way that they're winning right now. And Boston, they're right behind them. A Philly Boston matchup. rivalries.
I'm low key hoping for that
Yeah, that would be awesome.
because that'd be a good series.
I feel like if I'm Philly, though, I want to play Milwaukee. Yes. For the reason why is because
nobody wants to play Milwaukee.
Against Boston, they don't have somebody that can guard wings. They don't.
PJ Tucker.
Old ass PJ Tucker cannot guard those guys.
Did you see their stats when he's on the court versus when he's off the court?
Okay, but no. Jason Tatum in the 7-game series.
Who do you trust PJ Tucker to guard? Giannis or Jason Tatum?
Giannis.
Oh my!
I'm just fucking with you. Nah, bro. Like you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to worry about. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He can only guard one guy.
I'd rather guard Jason Tatum personally.
No, bro. And then you got Chris Middleton. He's still trying to come back from injury. He's still not himself. Drew Holiday in the playoffs, he's hit or miss. He's been playing really well in the regular season, but in the playoffs, especially when they won the championship, he was inconsistent. So if I'm Philly, I'm trying to play Milwaukee because at least the two guys besides Giannis, they're not consistent enough. And then you have Joel Embiid in the paint. Giannis, he's not really a jump shooter.
Do you really want to see playoff Chris Middleton?
Bro, we haven't seen him back to his form yet. He's coming back from injury. We haven't seen him. It's not like he's Klay Thompson. You know how like Klay Thompson, he's finally getting back to his groove and stuff. We haven't seen that from Chris Middleton.
The playoffs would be a bad time to finally see him get hot.
I think Jaylen Brown is better than Chris Middleton.
Duh.
Okay then. So like, and then Jason Tatum is a problem for the wing. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
If you say so.
Listen,
man, if I'm any team, I don't want to see the Bucks because they just got that pedigree, you know.
Just looking at personal, I think Boston is worse for Philly because watching those Boston Philly games,
who's deeper, the Bucks or the Celtics?
Well, just going down the list,
What has Malcolm Brogdon done this year?
Oh, he's been pretty solid. I feel like
I be watching this. I'm like, where's Malcolm Brogdon?
First half of the year was pretty solid. Now second half of the year, I haven't really seen him much. I don't know how.
Is he hurt? Like I'm confused.
So like, just going down the list with Boston, they have like Brogdon coming off the bench. They have Smart. They have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Robert Williams, Grant Williams. Back? Yeah, well, Robert Williams, he's hurt right now. Yeah,
he always.
I know he's always hurt. So yeah, you have them, and then I think that's about it. Everybody else, yeah. And then Milwaukee, they have Middleton, Drew, Giannis, Portis, Lopez, Connaughton, Carter,
Jay Crowder. They still got Grayson Allen.
Do they? Do they have Grayson Allen? I think they do. Those are the.
Don't they got
I can't.
What's his name? They got Joe Ingles too.
Joe Ingles, yeah, but has he been playing?
He's been decent. He's been decent.
I don't know. So I feel like when you look at the names, I think that Boston has more name value, like name recognition, but I don't know. I'll probably go with Boston. I think Malcolm Brogdon is what sort of puts them over. Because I look at Malcolm Brogdon last year, he was like a star. He was averaging like 18 and 7 or something like that. And he's been pretty solid. The first half of the year, he was really good for them. I think he'll come back to form when the playoffs come. He'll be very valuable for them. So I'll probably give Boston an edge. Obviously, Giannis is like the best player in the world. He's damn near unstoppable. But when it comes to like just the games that I watched between Boston and Philly has had a really hard time defending just Boston compared to with Milwaukee. I feel like they had a better time defending Milwaukee for some reason.
I mean, because Chris Middleton was stinking up the joint.
That's part of it. And I just look at Boston's firepower with Jaylen Brown, and then you have Jason Tatum, and then you have Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, and then their shooters, all those shooters around them. It's just, I don't know. If I'm Philly, I'd rather play Milwaukee. I just think, and I think that Philly's beaten Milwaukee this year.
They ended their win streak.
Yeah, so they beat them twice, I think. I think they beat them around November, I think it was. Joel Embiid had a really good game. I think he outplayed Giannis that one game, and then they beat them, the win streak, whatever. So beat them twice. I don't think Philly's beaten Boston once this season. So that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean that they're better. I just think that the matchups.
That's a fair opinion.
I just think that
playoffs
the
is all
matchups
about matchups. So.
Right. So.
Put my life in these sentences. Fucking right, it's either that or life sentences. I'm relatives with Benjamin. I used to give a fuck about my luck when I was innocent. Now what the fuck is up? I'm at your neck like a penalty, nigga.